So, hello and welcome to a new series of me called On The Grind. Now, this series is basically series on ets2 using the default map and the DLCs available for it and the default trucks as well. So, this series is to show you in a series of videos me building up a complete profile till I own all the garages and I'm fully stocked. So, I've already done the first job on this profile, which was just across town, just to basically familiarise myself with the truck and make sure I've got my steering and things set up correctly. So set up Felix door, and the chosen truck for now is the RAM.DDR, which I'm hoping to buy enough to buy one outright in cash, so the quick jobs could go on for a while, but different things here. So got an email now coming, one there, so opening up and see what it says. And the Renault dealer in Felix door is Renault Trucks, because that's the nearest dealer to where we are based. So that shows your first truck dealer. It always offers you the nearest one of the brand you've chosen. It always shows that dealer. So if you start in Glasgow and pick Scania, it would show you the dealer in Aberdeen, but there as it comes. So we have to take our second job now. So I've got this stuff up best route, random parking, so some parking will be more difficult than others, but I'll try and show you some of the aspects of the game as we go and explain some things. If you need to know anything, just put it in the comments. So we're in the quick jobs now, and I'll see what jobs are available, because already being Felix store, that's where. Okay. Now I aim to take jobs from where I've dropped off previous jobs. So set up on price there. So this here will give you a list of all the trucks that's available in the jobs in the city where you are. There's varying cash amounts and things like that for the job, so you can pick. Now I've got it set up on price, so do the job there, which in this case it says Scania R 2009. Now I am driving all these trucks in rail automatic, so all you do then is you highlighted the one that you want to take, you just go and take jobs, and with it being a quick job, it puts you straight into the truck when it loads in. Now I am using using Jazzy Cat's trailer and cargo pack, railway military cargo pack. I've got a few other mods in as well, so we'll get away now on our first job, which is 129 miles away. So we have no retarder on this truck, so we'll have to. That's what we're doing, and road's clear. Off straight onto the road with our first. We now with the first job where it gives you. Sometimes you'll get an across the town job, sometimes it'll be a bit longer, so it's pot luck really. So I have got the fines and fatigue switched on. I've also got realistic air consumption and realistic fuel consumption as well, which I'm working in miles and miles per gallon. So I'll drop this load off. I will have to adjust my steering slightly because it's not how I like it, but there. Surely. Now I'll put Jazzy Cat's trailer and cargo pack in the military and the railway cargo pack to add more of a variety of loads into the game as well. So, but as you become higher skill level, the distance and the choices of jobs we'll be able to take should increase as we go up. Put the skill points in the relevant boxes, but just for now we're just basic. We've just started off, so just grind the profile out. which I know there's a lot easier ways than doing it, like downloading money cheats and XP cheats, but show you that it is possible. It is. You'll get no sense of achievement if you do it that way at all.
Keep left and then turn left.
So
Turn left.
I've left the rain chances and random road events at default in the game as well with it, so starting out like this, it's a good chance to test for yourself each one of the different models of truck in the game if you haven't played them before. So I haven't put a Rail Companies mod into this yet, but I may later on. Game default for now, so not seen any of my previous videos where I've done like the agency testing these trucks out. This is the entry level Scania R I'm driving, the old one. I am not using any sound mods or anything for this truck, so it's just as it is in game. But I do have a sound mod on the Renault T when you get to test one or purchase one, so
Go straight on.
to get a real basic truck, you're looking to be at about level. But it offers you your first loan of €100,000 when you get to level 1, which you can buy certain make trucks with that
Keep right.
level, and others you can't. But if you can work yourself up to about 150 to 200,000 plus, then you should be on about level 10 to 12 if you're on the normal economy. And that will open up some bigger engine sizes to you, as well as your choice of chassis. So, but if you've got confidence, make a start, earn some money, take out loans to top up to buy an entry level truck, then away you go. So, but say that choice is up to you with it. Down, because we haven't got much money and I don't want to lose too much of it with fines at the moment, so. And in quick jobs you do not pay for fuel, ferry, the channel tunnel, or road tolls. Like takes care of them. So the only expenses you have, if you incur any, is your fines. Anything else is covered by the owner of the truck. That alters though when you start to buy your own truck, but you'll then have all them things to pay for as well as the maintenance, the vehicle. So bear that in mind. Right, I am not running any graphic mods apart from the No Bloom mod, which is on the Steam Workshop. As well, so I have got a traffic density mod in and the Rail AI traffic sounds as well enabled. So if you see any different trailers to watch in the standard game, they come from Jazzy Cat Trailer and Cargo Pack, which adds them into traffic as well.
Keep left and then continue straight on.
Well, 4.
Go straight on.
In the quick job trucks, there's normally a variety of the different makes available at different points to you, and there's a good cross section of engine ranges as well that comes in the truck, so through them. But I can tell you that there's some stock sound mods for these Scanias around Captain Critchburn, quite a few. There's open pipe versions for them, and then there's different versions if you get the bigger engine V8 ones as well. There's also a Mighty Griffin tuning pack what you can get as well, standard trucks well, so it's spoiled for choice with mods and things that's available for the Scanias of all types. So we'll just take it easy and show you one or two jobs in a video on this profile, so you may get some videos coming thick and fast, others you may not, because I've been doing a few live streams as well lately. So but I'm not planning on stopping when I've got a second truck and things like that, because I've seen somebody do a series like that. So and I doubt whether I'll be taking this profile on multiplayer, because I've been known to stream ets2 multiplayer off a profile that I've built up for that. So one as a bit of education, so as I come across and do things, I'll show you and I'll tell you how to do them as well. So all the quick jobs that you do are classed the same as the freight market jobs, so you're not limited to a maximum 56 miles an hour if you turn the speed limiter off in the game settings, but I've left it on to be as realistic as possible. So I'm limited to 56 miles per hour maximum where the roads allow it. So, and where the next job's going to be to, I don't know, because I haven't jobs and routes. It's just what's available in the job market, but I shall try to make it a different destination city each time, but get a bit of the map covered as well as we go. So your first couple of jobs are normally 100, 200 miles, something like that, and then there will be ones that gradually increase in distance for you. So, but depending what skill level you're at, depending on length of job. So if you put 6 points in your long distance, when you earn them, you'll obviously get longer jobs available than say if you only had 1 or 2. He's back there because he wasn't for stopping. Watch with the AI in this game, they're alluring to themselves, really. So I hope this records okay, because I'm not starting the series again. See, I've played for many hours on this game, so I know what I'm doing, but if you haven't, it can take time to master the control of the trucks and all the different features within the game, but sort of go through some of them long as you said. So I have 16 miles to go, and we have a lot of roads to cover in this game, because I do have all the map DLCs active on this profile, so
Go straight on.
go. A nice overtake there. And unless you copy the control settings over from another profile, you can't actually tinker with your control settings, so you get your steering exactly how you like it. So you are not forced to drive with a wheel in this game. You can drive it with a keyboard. You can use keyboard and mouse and things like that. And there goes first spine. It is actually easiest to use a wheel. Now I'm using a Logitech G29 wheel shifter and pedals, so you can use any maker wheel on this. It should work.
Keep left and then turn left.
Right from the real cheap basic wheels right up to real expensive ones, it should work. I don't use any form of head tracking, so, and I am playing on a single monitor as well, so it is multi-monitor compatible if you set it up that way, but I cannot demonstrate that because I only have the one monitor.
Turn right.
So the trucks you can adjust your seating position, but when I get my own truck I'll show you some of the adjustments on that, so
It was a nice ride.
I'm familiar with them later. So arrived at destination now, and about to drop off the trailer, which is, the box is highlighted here, so it's a safe park more or less. You can actually skip the parking altogether if you set it up to do so, so just knock the engine off, put the handbrake on, and we'll load the cargo here, so and then show you what happens next. So you completed your job, you get like a little job report come up here, that distance that you covered, how long it's taken you, what fuel you've used, and rewards for it. So we've got base reward of 129 miles, 3,737, gain 209 experience for that, then a further 15 XP for parking the trailer, so and also gain a skill point as well, which I'll show you how to apply those. So I'm going to put a couple in long distance to start with, so just click on the plus there. If it was ADRs, you'd click on ADR there and then apply, but clear that one and go a long distance and add one there and go on apply. So now we've had yet another email come in, so we're going to read that. Now, because we reached level 1, that's 100,000, up to 100,000 euro bank loan there. The next one which will get offered should be at level 3, and that one will be for up to 500,000 euro, so really start, but then you'd still be looking at like a basic entry level truck if you started at that point, but trucks are upgradable as you go as well. So just going to take a brief pause here while I do some adjustments in the controls from a wheel, so I'll be back in a flash. Off a bit right. Where the hell is it? Gonna have, don't know if you just read that, so just bear with me a second while I check to see what's what on this recording. So sorry about that error there. I forgot to press the pause in the right place. Alright, so done our job now from Felix door to Dover. So now we can drop it up. So now we can go back into quick jobs here. Wait for it loading in. Click on Dover there, and that brings us jobs from Dover. So this time we can the choice of taking 3 trucks to Brussels. So I think we'll take the Corsair or take the part of the military cargo pack. I think we'll take part of the military cargo pack in the Volvo there. Might be a more interesting load. So click on that. You click on job and Dover to Brussels, which will involve going either on the Channel Tunnel or the ferry here. So quick look round, check the loads. Yes, we have a military cargo on. It's like a little miniature tank there. So a beautiful looking F8 classic Volvo that we're taking out now. So map up. So this map has a different HD coloured background that's available on the workshop as well. So going from here across the Calais, which I'll just have a look to see which we are taking the ferry from here down to Calais, and then we'll go around Lille and into Brussels in Holland, which we'll drop this off at. It's 177 miles in total, but that will reduce with the ferry distance. So let's get started on this job, shall we? So we have no retarder again in this truck, so I'll be relying mainly on foot brake and engine brake. So it's a short trip round to the ferry, and I'll show you how to use the ferries as well while we're here, because might as well. So this nice car's letting us go. I'll show you some things about trailers, garage purchases and truck customization and things
Get ready to turn left.
later when I get to them in the series, but I can show because the trailer purchases are not open to me yet because I am not at high enough level to get one. I think they come in, some's level 5 and then some others level 8, and as your levels increase you get better chance of trailers. Up to level 36 will be the last skill point that you actually apply in this game and things. By the time we get to that point, everything will be open to us in the game. So I admit this isn't my favourite ferry crossing. It has a state ramp on and a state ramp coming off as well. So most trucks with most loads on should be able to manage them alright, except if you use like the 310s or the 320s with the 60 and 70 ton loads, if you've got that cargo pack in. Now that truck who hit me there, he had plenty of time to stop because I didn't cross into his path, was going. So we just received another email which we shall have a look at when we drop this load off and can read our little computer thing freely. So we just getting on the ferry, just pull over the anchor signal. I'll put my handbrake on and knock my engine off. Then you can press enter or whatever key you've got bound on your wheel or joypad or whatever. Now, ferry screens will come up with like certain ferry connections have like, say Dover to Calais there, if there was on Dover to Imogen, which is classed as Europort, it would be there, and Dover to Hull there, but it isn't. So you just select the one that you want, make sure it's highlighted there, then click on embark, and then that'll teleport you over to the destination where the ferry's going to, and then you just drive the rest of your journey or whatever from there. So here just now, this one is very steep to come off, and if you're in Europe, drive on the other side of the road to what we drive on in England, so take that into consideration as well. So if you're driving a right hand truck in England, your steering wheel goes to the middle. If you're driving it in Europe, it goes to the left hand side like this, and it's a vice versa when you're driving a left hand truck. So but most of the journeys you'll be making in this game, majority of the miles what's up with these AI today? There was no coming so, but don't worry about things like that. Things like that do happen occasionally. So yeah, we're saying there about side. So if you're driving left-hand drive truck in England, your steering wheel goes to like the pavement, and in Europe it goes to the middle. So it sounds more complicated than what it is, but once you get the hang of it, it isn't. So that ferry crossing cut about 30 miles of our journey, but we had to do it too, because the only other way would have been go up and go via the Channel Tunnel, which is about 26-27 miles, something like that. Knocks off your journey that way. So here, so
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
so now I'm in a right hand drive truck and the steering wheel is to the pavement. So but it'll be a left hand drive truck that we bring out
Exit
of
now.
Brussels, so I know that for definite. So here, and my driving isn't maybe the best to show you, but I can show you some of the principles of the game. So the speed limit on this road is 80 kilometers an hour, but if you have your speedo set in distance set in miles per hour, it shows you it's in miles per hour, so you don't need to worry too much about the conversions at all. So just drop down 50 kilometers, sat now will say 31, which is which is about right actually. So
Exit now.
but from time to time I may change the mods on this profile, update them, or if I don't think that they're quite right for the game, I just take them out, and continue on. So prior to making this video I'd streamed for over 4 hours, so ets2, sorry, an ATS convoy. I streamed that with some members of my VTC. So I'm going to try and show you me doing all the jobs and everything in the game on this profile that I can. So it'll come in a series of videos. Some will contain one job, some will contain more than one job. Like this video's gonna contain more than one job, and it'll be when I have time to make them and publish them,
Exit
so
left.
because my videos aren't planned, they're not scripted in any way, so I try to keep them as informative about the game as I can as we go along. So there will be long silences, no driving, but having traffic modding does make it a little bit more realistic on the volume of traffic rather than do with ETS's. SCS's standard amount of traffic, so but if you use a developer console, which I will not be showing you how to enable that, there's plenty of guides and videos around that can show you how to use it and what some of the commands are in that, unless I do it later in the series, because it isn't easy to explain how to get into it and what you can do with it, but I've never used many of the commands for it, so show it. So on the sat nav in the game, you can enable it or you can disable it. So not all the trucks in the game come with an inbuilt GPS. The one to the bottom left of the screen is what's everybody's got available to them in the game, and you just use F3 to enable it and F3 again to disable it as well. So on the one above that's an inbuilt one in the truck, but not all the trucks come with them as standard in. This truck with its standard trim doesn't, but this must have the exclusive in. Brief rundown on the makes of truck in the game. You're unfamiliar. There's DAF, Iveco, MAN, Mercedes, Renault, Scania, Volvo, Iveco, and I think that's it. And each one of those manufacturers has more than one model of truck in, like DAF has the XF and the XF E6 or 106 as some people refer to it. There's MAN as a TGX and the TGX E6. Mercedes has 2 models of Actros. Renault now has 3 models. It has the Premium, the Magnum, and the newest one into the game is the Renault T range. Things like that. Iveco, you got the Stralis and the Stralis Highway. Volvo, you've got this, which is the FH Classic, and then you've got the FH. And I think I mentioned all. Oh, Scania has the R Streamline, the Next Gen R, and the Next Gen S trucks as well in it. So there's a good variety of 7 different manufacturers altogether, and each has a variety of trucks. So I think there's around 15 or 16 different models of trucks you can actually choose from now. So
turn left,
and all of them are available in quick jobs, so you can try the ball out and then you can decide there which is your favourite. So I don't just rely on other people's opinions, say Scania's best and Renault's are crap, because you might not think so. Because each one of the trucks is different, so and just whichever one you get on with the most. So admittedly there's the most customization and mods available for all the Scanias, but you get the DAF tuning pack DLC and the Mercedes tuning pack DLC. You can actually customise well a Mercedes and a DAF, as well as the Mighty Griffin available, so you don't have to use external mods to customise those trucks if you buy the DLCs, which are very well, they're only about a couple of pound each. So, and I've done a video previously on my channel where I take a Renault T out on a test drive and then I show the customisations available for that as standard. And so, but so you're playing the game, it's up to you if you use external mods or not. Right. The most reliable sources of mods, well, there's two. There's the SCS forums and there's the Steam Workshop. There's a good variety of mods covering everything from a few different truck mods in there. There's skins, paint packs, things to alter the graphics, where the car goes, and things like that. But the real game changer on the cargos and the traffic side are actually external mods, and you get them from Jazzy Cat. And I will put some links in some of these videos to some of the sites where you would to Jazzy Cat's site where you can actually find those mods off its official page, because some of these on ets2.lt and some of the mod sites like that, you don't know if the stolen mods are fake, but that's why I stick with a forum or workshop. Then you know that the genuine mod author links then. I do not and will not use paid mods in a profile, with the exception of pro mods, and that costs about £1 to download the file in one game, but that is actually going to the mod authors, so to develop that map even further. If you're watching this when I put it up and not in a couple of months' time, at the moment there's a lot of jobs and things going on for the Pink Ribbon event. Should I think to the about the 21st of October they're going to run it to. Now the community goal will be well and truly smashed by then, the target light for players, so but I'm gonna keep it running, and well, the paint jobs should be available all times for that, so the money that they get off those paint pack DLCs is all going to the breast cancer awareness charities. Now I have actually completed the event and I bought the paint packs for both games, which I've used the sort of the different skins on different trucks in this afternoon stream on ATS. I started off in a T680, then I put a thing out in my streaming chat. If you'd like me to drive the pink VNL, which is a modeler truck in ATS, I would. So but yes, they would. So I drove that. I'm not frightened to run a pink truck sometimes if it's for an event like that and it's worthwhile charity, because sure that you will know or know somebody that knows somebody that has suffered from breast cancer, because it's a common misconception. Men can actually get it as well as ladies, but it's predominantly prevalent. and females. Obviously they have more breast tissue than men, but just as men have to remember we've got breast tissue as well, and can get affected by things like that. So, and I've seen some cases recently, I think of two fairly famous ones in the last couple of years that come out suffering from it. One's Victoria, Derbyshire, which if you're not from England you might not be familiar with who the lady is. She's a journalist and
Go
presenter
straight on.
on BBC television here in the UK, and the other one was an actress who used to be in soap opera called Emmerdale, or Emmerdale Farm as it's sometimes known as Leah Bracknell. Has been known to be suffering from it for many years, and she's actually lucky to be still with us actually, because she's not given long to live, and that was a good few years ago now. But with advances in it's paying for in treatment and things like that, they hopefully will one day find a cure or how to greatly eradicate the effects of it. So if charity, so that's a lot of women who suffer
Left,
from it, or
and then turn left.
history of it. That's why there's so many of them have mastectomies or double mastectomies,
Turn
which is basically, I'll put this politely, it's the removal of breast tissue. So that also means that they end up horribly disfigured sometimes as well through the operation for it. So any money that goes in towards the cause is actually well and truly well spent, and it's not just a British thing because it's running throughout the world, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we're about that. We've arrived at our destination now, and going to attempt to park this. So now steerable axles can be funny for even. Yeah, I've got a company ad on modding as well, so that's why the yards look busier than normal, and it makes some of the drop-offs more challenging. There is a really hard parking mod around as well, which sometimes makes parking impossible. No man, I'm saying their steerable axles are not sometimes the easy, sound easy, but sometimes they aren't. Because right, so when the green box, when the box you're parking to goes all green like that is, it means you've successfully delivered the trailer. Now some professionals wouldn't accept that as straight, but it's accepted it, so it's in, and done another excellent delivery there. So we'll go on. We didn't earn a new skill point, so now we'll just have a look at what our email gave us. Drivers with own equipment needed. That's for if you have your own truck. So it's a general email you get from a business that's near where your starting city is. So you'll pay up to 5,600, but I haven't got our own truck yet, so we'll do one more with you for now, and then I'll call it. So I've got back into quick jobs here. Now it starts anywhere where it'll give you jobs, like say it's showing up jobs there from Toulouse, Warsaw. Now it can do that if you're actually realistic, you'll click on the city there where you've just dropped off, which in this case is Belgium. If you click on that, then it'll bring up the jobs that's in Belgium, and see if we get a different truck this time. Yes, we have. So the job that actually pays the most is to go to Dusseldorf. This is a very nice city in Germany in real life, because it's part of the Germany improvements done. Or for around the same money, we could go to Paris, but if we're wanting money to come in now, we'll go to Dusseldorf in the 435 Mercedes Actros. Now these trucks in the quick jobs have not got any tuning on them, so they're basically as they come. So this is a fairly mid-range one with being 435 horsepower, because they start off at 320, so it's 205-mile journey and put some lights on. So each time you start a quick job, your driving time does reset actually, so it doesn't if you're doing normal jobs, so and that, so
Get ready to turn right.
things here. So if there's anything you'd like to see in this series or know in this series, please feel free to put it in the comments below and try and accommodate you, providing it's not nasty comments or anything like that. So we have got a bit of a busy time here, so all the trucks that's been caught in a rush hour somewhere or been waiting to start the shifts, looks like they're all deciding to come out, so road's clear now. Start to pull out. Now you can't choose your trailer in quick jobs, you have to check what's there. It's same as external contracts, it's just what trailers provide you, but once you get into the freight market you have sometimes get some options on the cog signal of the trailers that you can take, but we're nowhere near reaching that point yet. But when we get to it, I shall show you. And this truck hasn't got a retarder either, so
Get ready to turn left.
I'll have to remember which trucks I've taken to sort of not take the same ones all the time, so you see a bit of variety, but that isn't always possible in the quick jobs. So, and when I'm on your map or things, you'll notice when you've been on some roads, some are grey and some are yellow. Yellow roads you've been on, which you can go on them unlimited time, so, and the grey ones are roads that you haven't discovered yet.
Get ready to turn right.
Which your map discovery will play a part later on, because there's a couple of achievements for, well, apart from discovering all the cities in a certain certain countries, there's different achievements that you can get on landmarks and things like that in the game. But on your map discovery one, Pathfinders, there's one about if you've done about 60 or 65%, something like that, and then you can big one which is a full 100% map discovery, which I've never managed that one yet on any profile, because so there's plenty of achievements what you can achieve, which you badges for and things like that. You may get some additional Steam rewards for doing them, so but I just play the game for enjoyment, and so trying to make it a little bit educational as well for some people, because I had a young lad that was in the stream today and he was thinking about buying the game, so I thought, say plenty of people play it and that, but if somebody goes along and explains like aspects of the game as they're going along, then sort of pick it up and learn certain aspects. But that
Keep right and then exit right. Exit right.
now about mods and things in the game, there is mods that you can get that will put like different characters and voices in the GPS, but I've just got the standard ones at the moment, which that's Sky UK, There's a US accent one, there's a granny that's one, then there's Doug does one, he's called Doug. He does a UK one and a US one, but isn't much difference in his. And then there's a where it's a bit raspy as well. There's a few different languages available within the default sat nav if you've got it enabled, so it's not just in English. So yeah, we're not exactly on the big money jobs yet, so but as you go along, levels increase, your income increases as well. So but you get paid more for a job if you've got your own vehicle. You get a percentage if you're driving a company truck like I am in these quick jobs. And in the next video I'll probably show you refueling, how to refuel your truck, and then I'll show how to take a sleep in the game if the opportunity arises, but it hasn't yet.
Keep left and then continue straight on. Go straight on.
So I don't know what the sound levels are like on this till I actually play it back. Be too loud or too much wind noise or something, which I think I might have a conflict of mod somewhere, so I'll have to investigate that. Basically, you shouldn't get lost in this game if you follow the GPS, but there could be my famous last words. I still manage to get lost sometimes. Yes, and the principles that I'm showing in this series are the same principles you can actually transfer over to ATS if you play that game. So these videos are all being played on a computer with the that the specs should be in the description for.
Go straight on.
I aren't using no fancy i9 9900, I'm actually using an old AMD A8 7650K. I have 8GB of DDR3 RAM of 1600 MHz bus speed. 550 watt non-modular power pack. Use Logitech G29 and its normal accessories. See, you can play this, and I've got installed a 1050. Sorry, NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti, and it's a CERBRUS. I think it's an Asus one. It's got 4GB of memory as well, so a lot of your entry level, base level gaming PCs will run this game actually, but if you've got one with Intel HD graphics, look into purchasing a graphics card. Yeah, one night what this one has in, before I bought my graphics card, it was on the R7 240 AMD one and it run it fine. Maybe not on the best of settings, but it was perfectly playable with reasonable frame rate. So, but at the moment I have mine locked to about 60 FPS, although I can get more. We're having a gaming monitor on, so the game itself can be very inexpensive to buy if you get it in a Steam sale, and then you can add the map DLCs as you like to it. Go along, and thing is, although this game was released in late 2012, so it's quite an old game now. There's a whole host of mods available for it, map mods, and SCS themselves haven't abandoned the project at all, because they keep updating the game, bringing new features in. Like, it took them a couple of versions, it probably taken a couple of versions more, but they've rebuilt Germany from where it used to be when the game first launched, and new licensed trucks in as well occasionally. Was making general other features and improvements, and there's also keep releasing new map DLCs. That, don't worry, this game is not like Train Sim World or Train Sim. At all. The DLCs for this are actually quite reasonable, and they don't bring them out too often. Sometimes you get one DLC, sometimes two at the moment, but they are developing the American truck simulator as well at the same time, with features and things like that in it. So well, it's sort of like but it's on the grind, because it's starting to grind out one from the very beginning, as you've seen here. And so a bit like no, don't mean to offend anybody, it can be a bit like an idiot's guide. So as I come across things just open up in the game for what level I am, so I'll tell you about them and try to explain them as simply and as clearly as what I can, like I have done up to now. So when I finish this job, it should be the last one for this video, and then after it's published, I'll sort of see what the reaction is, if you want some more content like this. If not, I might just film it anyway. So and later on I have the option to stream some stuff live as well with it. So because since I got fibre broadband about a month ago, that's why I stopped making so many videos and started streaming a bit, because I wasn't able to with my previous internet, and the internet I've got now in up until about September next year the contract comes to an end, and then I'll decide from there which way I'm going, but that's a good bit off yet, so
Go straight on.
I mean, that series could take months to finish, but it's my favourite bit is starting the profiles off, trying the different chucks and grinding things out, so I won't be adding pro mods to this profile because I have about 2 profiles with pro mods on them as it is that I've streamed with and things, so but the piece of advice about control of the trucks, if you are thinking about going automatic, go rail automatic rather than simple, because you go simple automatic, it's accelerate to go forward and brake to go backwards, and simple, but you can quite easily confuse the two. If you're on rail automatic, you have to use a button to engage it, or wait, the standard ones are left or right shift to like put it into drive, then control to move the stick back, which would then be neutral, and then reverse, and 2 buttons, and then your accelerator does what it's supposed to do, your brake does what it's supposed to do, not like if you're in simple automatic. So just coming down into Dusseldorf now. Here. I shall try and publish at least 1 or 2 of these videos a week, but I'm not making any promises on that one. What other things I have to do in real life, so I will explain about the question marks on the map in a future video, about what they mean and things like that. But I think I've explained enough and probably bored you to death by now on these jobs. But if you want to see me explain any features in the game, just let me know in the comments or things like that, or just things in general about the game or ATS. Don't be too shy, just ask, I'll answer you. Or I'm sure some of the other who watch these videos will be able to help you as well, and I will explain at a later date as well about VTCs and how you go about joining one as well, so
turn right.
And things, so
Nice ride.
right, so with parking, you can sort of plan it a bit, or there's videos, guides on parking anyway, scroll series about them, but there's not like practice, and people will comment, but don't be too frightened to use any of the cameras available in the game to you to do this. Like this is, I'm on number 3 cam now, so key that you press number 3 on your numbers above your keyboard, not the ones to the right hand side like on mine. So most keys are bindable in the game, so you get it lined up, get it in, and best you can. Wait till all the box goes green. Then neutral. Engine off. I'll go back into internal cab. Lights off. Press your T to unload it because you're actually dropping the trailer, not keeping it on. And back to the screen again. Just at our second skill point there, so just apply it in the same way as the first. So we'll go to long distance again. So we have yet another email here. So this will be about special transports. Now, if you don't have the special transport DLC, you probably this won't apply to you, but it basically tells you where the cities are, where there's some special transports, and there's rules for those. But I will be, if I come across one on the quick jobs, that's from a city where we've just dropped off, I will. So basically, the cities are Linz, Szeged, Trelleborg, Nice, Corsair, Linköping, London, Pori, Krakow, Dijon, Toulouse, Verona, Naples, Cardiff, Odense, Palermo, St. Petersburg, Nantes, Plymouth, Luxembourg, Oilston, Stavanger, Sheffield, Berlin, Reims, Dresden, Dortmund, Prague, Glasgow, Munich, Bratislava, Cologne and Brussels. Now, as each map DLCs come out, there's more cities added relevant to that DLC as well. Transport, as well as they'll occasionally put new transport routes in for countries where you've got now. You've got the DLC, but not all the. You've got special transport DLC, but not all the map DLCs. You'll just have to do the. Will be the one showing up relevant to you. I don't know if it shows them all, but I own all the map DLCs, which I shall briefly show you what the full map looks like with all the DLCs in it. So. But bear in mind, I'm using a mod for the background, so you probably get plain grey. So we've got UK there, got all of France because I've got Vive France in Italia, Italy now. SCS added in the last update for free for people with the Italy DLC, and that's Sardinia. You come across like Austria, you got like Slovakia, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Poland. You come up, now that's part of Russia, it's Kaliningrad. Then you got like Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, some of Finland here, and then across you've got Sweden, Norway, Denmark. So that's sort of what the map looks like with all the DLCs in it. So it's got plenty to cover, and the next map DLCs will be filling in some of this area down here, which is beyond the Black Sea, which there's no actual release date out yet. So anyway, so next time I come back, I shall pick up again from Dusseldorf, take a couple loads out then, and see what we come across to explain to you in the game. So we say 10-10 for now, stay safe on them roads, and goodbye.